Hello, my name is Debo a real estate entrepreneur, MDCO Royalty Point Limited. They call us the Sack Your Landlord people. And this is Real Estate Business with Debo Adejano. Now, in this episode, I'll be continuing what I started the last time. We are talking about how do you survive and thrive in a difficult economy. I mean, such as this. Right now, the whole world is in a pandemic, and the result or the effect has been felt by every country and most businesses, I must tell you. So, how do you come on tops even in a time like this? How do you do that? I shared how cash is important the last time. I mentioned the 4 things that are by no means exhaustive, like I said, but they are just the things I'm sharing as very important to manage yourself and to thrive in a situation like this. Doesn't mean that there are no other things that you can do. Now, today, I'll be talking about sales, the importance of sales. We've talked about how cash is king and how you must pursue liquidity, especially as regards having cash reserve to be able to, ward off any challenge, be able to stay, and it gives you stamina, and strength, standing power, really, at this kind of a time. So, what role does sales play, and how important, and how can you really increase your sales, in a period such as this? That's what I'll be sharing today. I'll be right back.
Real estate independence fast track course is not something you want to joke with at all. Loads and loads and loads of learning and information and benefits await you at the next one. All you need to do is ensure that you register for your next fast track course. We're looking forward to seeing you. You want to be financially free? I hope you know that you will retire someday, and you probably are desirous of doing business with real estate or investing property for yourself, for your use. You need to learn about it before you make that next move. I tell people, you want to buy properties, you want to invest in property one way or the other, don't do it until you attend the next Real Estate Entrepreneurs Fast Track course. See you there.
Welcome back. Now, sales is very, very crucial. Why? Because that's really the only way by which you get to raise money. If an organization has a product, and does not have the means by which this is exchanged for cash, that is through a process of selling it, that organization will find itself in serious problem. Yes, every one unit you can be sure you will find in every organization, even sometimes they don't know they have it, is the sales unit. It must be selling. Every organization exists to sell something, whether it's for profit or not for profit. Every organization exists to sell something. I tell you that. Now, how do you ensure that you keep selling? Because even if you have cash, like we had discussed the importance of cash the last part 1 of this video, if you have cash and you are not making sales, the implication is that your cash reserve will soon dry up. Yes, you will soon spend yourself to the bones, and what will be left thereafter will be debt. So you need to sell also. It's very important to sell, even at a period like this. Any period whatsoever, you need to be selling. How do you sell in a difficult economy? Okay, so I'll just share with you 4 things. Of course, not exhaustive. So 4 things, that you can look at in ensuring that you rev up your sales. 1, sales is about reach. They usually say it's a game of numbers. So the more people you reach, probably the better your chances of selling more. So I say at this kind of a period, one drive every sales department, every organization should have is the drive to increase or improve your channels of distribution. In the 4 P's of marketing, we have what we call there is product, there is price, there is place, and there is promotion. That place there, part of it is about distribution channels. Okay, how well distributed is your product? The survivor of any product may not necessarily be in whether that product is good or bad. I've seen bad products that are well sold, and so they sell successfully and the organizations remain successful. And I've seen very fantastic products that are not sold as well, and the organization dies even with the best of products. So one way you can rev up your sales is to increase your distribution channel. So if you have one branch, if it is branches you use in terms of distributing yourself, open more branches. If you have 10 independent marketers, that's a distribution channel, go for 1,000. The more you have, as much as you can afford it, and they are selling, the more chances you have of surviving. So increase your distribution channel. You deal with one or 2 kiosks. Increase your kiosks to 10. Increase them to 20. You are located in a particular area, increase to another geographical zone. Okay, spread. Okay, distribute. Make sure that more people are getting to know about your product and services. That is how to ensure that you probably, most likely, will be selling more. So increase your distribution channel. Increase your distribution channel. That way you can be sure that you most likely sell more. Very, very important. Another one is, this is the time for promotions and for bulk sales. Now, you must realize the difference between just doing promotions and also being conscious of bulk sales. You see, bulk sales particularly helps you to immediately address the issue of liquidity, generating cash. Note that at such a time as this, the number one job of any organization is to first remain afloat. Then you can be talking about profits thereafter. So you must sell to at least to remain afloat first, then you can be talking about selling to make profit thereafter. Do you get? So look at promotions. Give out to get new sales. When we were talking about cash, I mentioned the importance of giving sweeteners to your existing customers so that they keep paying. Maybe you are selling something that is subscription based and all of that, so that you keep getting their subscription. But what about new customers? Use baits, okay, to get them in to patronize you. It is important. So come in with promotions, giving them incentives for buying 2 to get 1 free. Just combine things that you can. When you buy this, instead of paying this price, you now pay this price. You're cutting prices and all. Do that. Once you are doing your promotion, ensure that you also have the mind to see how you can entice people that are bulk buyers. By that, you have to consciously design something that would accommodate bulk buyers. And I'll give you an example. If, for example, I'm a developer, I sell, let's say, a piece of real estate, land or built house, for 20 million naira, and I'm doing a promotion to give this out to buyers right now, and I say, hey, pay 19 million naira, okay, get 5% discount, pay 19 million naira and you are good. Okay, now this is for a single buyer. If somebody comes up to me and say they want to buy bulk, depending on what I consider to be bulk, let's say I consider that 5 and above is bulk purchase in this regard, I should be ready to give additional benefits. So maybe I would say 18.5 or even 18 million naira for people that are buying bulk. I deliberately have that in mind, knowing that people will come forward and have that conversation. I'm ready for it. What that helps to do is, when you have somebody buying 10 of something you sell from you at the same time and pay you for it. You have access to much more money. For example, if you sold at 18 million and you're buying 10, that's 180 million. You have 180 million naira with which to do stuff in business. Okay? Versus if somebody just wants to buy one and you don't know when you will sell the next one, 19 million naira in your hand is not exactly the same thing as 180 million. Do you get? That's why you must think of giving something to the bulk buyer to encourage them, to even ensure that you entice people to want to do bulk transactions with you. Okay, so that's number 2. Think about promotions right now, push out promotions, and whilst you are doing that, think about bulk sales. Very important. Then intensify other selling channels. Not channels really, other means of selling that you probably have not explored before. So earlier I talked about increasing your distribution channel. Probably that's the same channel you use, increase it. But let's say you are an offline guy, you are a live sales guy, so you go out, your people go out to meet people to sell. Do you want to consider telephone marketing? Do you want to consider digital marketing, where people will find people online and try to sell to them rather than going out to meet them to sell? Okay, do you want to consider those two, or you get people's number, call them and try to sell to them? You want to consider those options or a combination of those options, because there may be a lot of money you are leaving on the table. Suddenly it may just open another opportunity for you. For example, if you can do telephone marketing and your product can be used anywhere in the world, so if you can only recruit people that can only go within Nigeria, guess what? By telephone marketing you can reach anywhere and anyone in the world. By digital marketing you can reach anywhere and anyone in the world. So you want to explore that option. Go online if you are offline before and see what you can do. If you've been selling, if you've been having your thing, you run say a school, for example. We all know what has happened to schools these days. A lot of schools have had to go online. Within this period, they've realized the importance and they've gone online. So you want to explore that. Okay? Go online, go digital. Don't just stay with life and one-to-one marketing, somebody meeting someone, going out there to. People are even encouraged right now to social distance, to reduce their travel, to limit the time they can be outside and all. But you see, nobody can give a curfew, and there's no curfew yet as to when you can meet someone online. Okay, hang out with someone through Skype, through Zoom, through whatever other means that exists. Okay, so explore that. And of course, the last one I'll be sharing, look at the economic situation, what you offer, what business you do, and think about other products and services that you can bring on board. Okay, now a lot of people during difficult economies like this have fixated on what it is that they offer, and they are trying to wrap their heads around how they can push that. While that is not bad in itself, you must be open to opportunities. This can present an opportunity for you to go in another direction of business. It could even be a related business or something that is not related at all. So far it is something that you can make happen, and you get the idea, you can put it together, okay, and get it going. Because at the end of the day, you want that your organization survives. It may not have to survive doing the same thing you've always done. It may be another product entirely that will come forth and will make it survive. So the most important thing is that you want it to survive. So go out there and look for products and services, new products and services that you can bring into the market that fits this situation. I talked about if you were offline before, you come online. That's variety of a product, So explore those opportunities to be able to increase sales. Because when you have more products, just like when you have more places where your products are displayed, distribution, when you have more products, also product variety, it also helps you in selling. One of the P's of marketing is product, and one of the product characteristics is actually variety. Very important. Okay, so variety would help you in terms of, so look at varieties, okay, come up with different varieties, products and services right now. It could be something related to what you do or something that is not related, but you are equipped enough to deliver. Okay, explore that, explore it. Also, your existing products, you can look at how you can tweak them in a way that they will sell better. So these are 4 points that would help you review your sales process at such a time as this, and can definitely help boost your sales during this kind of, an economic challenge, whether now or any time in the future, if such a challenge comes up. Because guess what? It's always a cycle. There will always be boom and there will always be bust. After every boom comes a bust. After every bust comes a boom. It's like that. Okay? It's a sine wave. It always would happen. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you like it, please click on the like button. Let's know that you enjoy it. Let's know that whatever we are pushing out there, people are actually enjoying it, and it is definitely solving some problem for you. It will be glad to know. And if you have anything at all you want us to, any other thing you want us to talk about in any of our video, like you know, I'm a real estate specialist, so any topic within that field that you want us to come talk about and all of that, discuss, share about, research on, and come and talk to you about it, why not? Let's have it in the comment section. Just engage us in the comment section and we'll take it there. If you have any question whatsoever, also send it through the comment section. We'll be willing to address it. Follow me on my social media handles, Debo Adejano, okay, Twitter and Instagram, and also Facebook. I'm there as Debo Adejano also. Then you want to subscribe to this channel. Yes, subscribe to the channel and click the notification button so that whenever we drop a new video, you'll be one of the first to know. Till I come your way in another episode, I remain yours sincerely, Debo Adejano, helping you sack your landlord.